Hello to the Department of Zoology, RCSC College Kolhapur. I am Miss Malvika DA, Assistant Professor from the Department of Zoology. Today we will discuss about one little topic from your animal physiology paper, composition of blood. And this point is included in the BSc first semester first TSC 16A, and the paper name is Animal Physiology. So let's begin with the blood. What is blood? Blood is a fluid type of a connective tissue, and it will play very important role in order to transport the gases and the nutrient materials to each and every corner of our body. And so it will play very important role in our life. Now it is a fluid type of a connective tissue. It is having a bright red in color and its pH is slightly alkaline, that is 7.4. It is salty in taste, it is viscous and heavier than water. There are two major principal components present in the blood that are called as a plasma and blood cells. Now, if we consider the whole blood, then the whole blood consists of plasma and the form element. What are these form elements and why they are called as the form elements? These are called as the form elements because they are suspended in the blood. And so there are three main types of form elements present in the blood, that are leukocytes, also called as the WBCs, platelets and erythrocytes. Erythrocytes are also called as the RBC. And apart from these form elements, blood also consists of the plasma. Now, this plasma consists of number of amino acids, then number of nutrients, the proteins which are required for the clotting of a blood. Then it also consists of the nitrogenous waste, electrolytes, and the gases such as oxygen and CO2. Now we will discuss about each and every component of the blood. First, we will consider the plasma. If you will isolate the plasma from the blood, how you will isolate the plasma from blood? Suppose as the blood consists of the blood cells and the plasma, and if you will centrifuge the blood, then when you will separate the all the blood cells from the blood, then remaining straw colored liquid that will form that is called as a plasma. Now, the major component of a plasma is the water. Approximately 90 to 90%, 90 to 92% of the plasma is water. Apart from water, the plasma consists of the number of proteins such as albumin, globulin, fibrinogen that will play very important role. Fibrinogen will play very important role in blood clotting. It also consists of Plasma also consists of immunoglobulins, angiotensinogen, etc. Again, the 3% part of the plasma consists of the various nutrients such as glucose, amino acids, bicarbonates. Number of bicarbonates are present in the plasma, that are bicarbonate of sodium, bicarbonate of calcium, bicarbonate of potassium and magnesium. Now, the apart from these inorganic components and other proteins, plasma also consists of organic compounds such as enzymes, antitoxins, heparins. It also consists of the various gases and waste material like urea. Now, we will deal with the blood corpuscles or blood cells. Then there are three main types of blood cells are present in the blood, that is RBCs, WBC and platelets. If you will consider the leukocyte, then leukocyte is again divided into main two types, granulocyte and agranulocyte. We will study in detail regarding each and every cell of a blood. Let us discuss with the red blood corpuscles or also called as the erythrocytes. If we will consider their shape, then that are biconcave and circular. And because of the biconcave nature, the surface area of the RBC is greater, and so as it consists of the hemoglobin is a gaseous carrier. That is, it carries the oxygen and CO2, and so it will play a very important role, or it is also called as a respiratory pigment. Now the hemoglobin is a major component of RBC. So RBC lacks nucleus. Hemoglobin contained in the if we consider the adult male, then that will be approximately, or the range is in 13 to 18 milligram per 100 ml of a blood. At the same time, if we will observe the normal HB count of the adult female, that will range in between 11.5 to 16.5. And if the hemoglobin content of the female will decrease from this range, then definitely that female will suffer from the anemic condition. Now, what is the major function of a RBCs? As RBCs consist of the respiratory pigment, that is a hemoglobin, that are the major part which will carry the oxygen from the lungs to each and every corner of the body, and it will transport the carbon dioxide which is formed in the metabolism of a cell towards the lungs. Then it will also it is consist of the hemoglobin, and as hemoglobin will also maintain the pH of the blood, so it will act as a buffer. Now I will consider the WBCs, that is also called as the white blood cells or leukocytes. As they are colorless, so these are called as the leukocytes or white blood cells. Approximately 5,000 to 9,000 WBCs are present per cube of a blood. The diameter is 8 to 15 micrometer, and their lifespan is about 3 to 4 days. And what is the major function of a WBCs? And some of the WBCs are, that is lymphocytes, which are engaged in the production of antibodies. And major part of the WBCs are phagocytic, that is a neutrophil, which are phagocytic in nature, and so they will play a very important role in our defense mechanism. We will study in detail about the types of a WBCs. The WBCs are divided into major two types, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. Why this type? Why these WBCs are divided into major two types? Because this type is depending upon the presence or absence of the granules. If WBCs consist of the granules, these are included in the granulocyte. And if they are lacking with the granule, then that are included into the agranulocyte. Then in granulocytes, there are main three types of WBCs, that is eosinophil, basophil and neutrophil. And in agranulocytes, there are two types of WBCs, lymphocytes and monocytes. We will discuss each and every cell. First, we will discuss about eosinophil. Why these are called as eosinophils or acidophils? Because they are stained with the acidic dye such as eosin. Now, as their granules will stay with the eosin, that are called as a acidophil or eosinophil. It consists of the bilobed nucleus. These are non-phagocytic in nature and which are having the antihistamine property. Now, their number increases during the allergic reactions. Whenever there is allergic reactions created in the body at that time, at that location, their count will be increases in our body. Then the second type of a granulocyte is basophil. Why they are called as a basophil? Because the granules which are present in that cells are stained with the basic dye, such as methylene blue. These are also non-phagocytic in nature, but they are having ability of anticoagulation, and so they play a very important role in that mechanism. They will also produce the histamine, which will play a very important role in the inflammatory reactions. Then the next type in the granulocyte is neutrophil. Why they are called as a neutrophil? Because the granules which are present in these granulocytes are stained with the neutral dyes. As these are having number of lobes, these cells, the nucleus of these cells consist of the number of lobes, and that lobes will vary from 4 to 6, and so that are called as a polymorphonuclear. The major contained, or the major part of a total WBCs is of neutrophil. They are phagocytic in nature, and that will play a very important role in our immune system. Then next we will deal with the lymphocyte. Now there are two types of a lymphocyte. One is a T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. Depending upon their source of a maturation, as B cells will produce and mature at the bone marrow, so they are called as a B cell, and the T cell will produce in the bone marrow, but they will mature and differentiate in the thymus, so they are called as a T cell. And these two cells or two lymphocytes, T cell and B cell, will play very important role in our immunity, because B cell synthesize antibodies and T cells secretes lymphokines, and that in antibodies or the lymphokines will play very important role against the antigen, whatever antigens are enter in our body. Approximately 25 to 30% of our total WBC consists of lymphocyte. These are also non-phagocytic in nature, and some of lymphocytes produce histamine and heparin. Then the second type of agranulocyte is monocyte. These monocytes, these are the largest of all the WBCs, and the total, if we consider the total WBCs, out of that 5 to 6% of the WBCs will be of monocyte type. These are also phagocytic in nature. So always remember there are two different phagocytic cells are present in the blood. One is a monocyte, which is a granulocyte, and second is the neutrophil, which is a granulocyte. Then, apart from this, the third type of cells which are present in the blood, that are called as the platelets, or also called as the thrombocytes. These are very minute component or the minute elements present in the blood. Their shape is oval rounded and the biconvex. The nucleus is absent in these cells or these elements. The diameter is 2.5 to 5 micrometer in diameter, and these are generally formed by the fragments from the megakaryocytes. These are formed by the fragments which are produced from the large cells called as a megakaryocytes. If we will consider the entire blood, then the entire composition of a blood, then we will summarize this. The blood consists of the two main components. One is the cells or the formed elements, and the second is a plasma. Plasma consists of the nutrients, then gaseous, then various inorganic and organic components, various proteins, and the blood cells are of three types: platelets, WBCs, and RBCs. RBCs are the major carrier of the nutrients and the oxygen and the CO2. White blood cells will play important role in the defense mechanism, and platelets will play important role in the blood clotting. So if you are having any doubt, then you can discuss me freely. Thank you so much.